how do you feel being a black creator in America?
Oh man, I love it. I love it because being a black creator in America is so cool because I like when white people patronize me. I just love it. God, dude, it's like my favorite thing ever.
Mm.
To answer that more seriously, not stop being funny. Um, I think when people ask that question, usually, it's not usually coming from a black person because I think a black person knows better than to ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a level of like, how does it feel to be the little guy? Tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not really a question more than it is a way to belittle whoever they're asking that question. I mean I've seen black people ask that question, but usually they worked for like the Wall Street Journal or something. Like they work for companies that are clearly more, white. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so they're kind of forced to ask certain questions. Um, but I'll try to answer that question as honestly as possible. I don't feel any way about being a black creator.
Right.
I've been online for years. Like I've been online since I was like 11, 12. I've heard every insult in the book, and it's never made me Malcolm X. Like I'm not Malcolm X because someone called me the N word for drawing fan art on Newgrounds. Like you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to change the world, and I don't think every black person has to change the world or whatever. It's good. It would be nice if that was the case, but I don't think so. I do think that being a black creator it should be like being a white creator. Like it should be that way. It's not really because you get asked questions like, "How does it feel to be a black person in America?" or "How does it
Mm-hmm.
feel to be a black creator in the comic space?" or whatever. By asking that question, you're automatically putting me, in the minority and automatically making me putting me on the spot, which I think is lame
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But me personally, like I've never felt any different from any white person ever. But that's because I have confidence in my skin color and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it would be different if I wasn't like that, maybe I might tell you something different. Maybe I might tell you something like, "Oh man, it really sucks because I can't get off my stupid ass idea or whatever." Like, you know what I mean? I can't write my comic about uh, the first black superhero, the first black astronaut to touch Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell that story because white people don't want me to tell that story. Oh man, look at me. Oh man. Oh, I can't go on I can't go on Twitter and upload my own story and I don't know, maybe support myself. Yeah, that's so crazy, you know?
Right.
I do think there's a lot of I think that I don't want to call it victim mentality, but that pressure to be less comes from white people more than it does come from black people. I don't think there are black creators. I don't think a lot of black creators feel that less of themselves. I don't think they should. I don't think that they. I don't. I think black creators, when they hear that question, should start being more offended than not. That's just me.
Well.
Because you're not lesser. You're a creator. Be a creator. It doesn't matter if you're black or whatever. It doesn't matter if there's a billion white people and it's just you.
Mm-hmm.
Make the best thing you can possibly make. And as we've proven with, our art, our any black art, hip hop or like rock and roll or whatever, white people will buy, Asian people will buy, Hispanic people will buy, black people will buy, anybody will buy. The free market isn't as racist. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
numbers can't be racist all the time. They can be sometimes. I mean, if you talk to certain people, those people I was talking about with Clinton and them, whatever. But if you're talking to them, numbers get a little racist. But
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of you can get numbers that aren't racist, is what I'm saying.
Like, would you say reality is racist or reality is equal?
I think reality is.
Like
I
unfair.
think
I guess a better way to phrase this. That's a weird way to phrase it. It's like is reality I would say balanced or imbalanced?
I think reality is above being balanced or imbalanced. I think reality is, in my opinion, a reality is way far beyond that. Now, culture-wise, is the culture balanced or imbalanced? No, the culture is imbalanced or whatever. Like I do think that some people get up on certain things through nepotism or hell, even you know, being the same race as some people or same gender or whatever it is. I do think things are imbalanced
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but I don't think that you should go into industry ready to be the lesser or ready to be the or feel like you're the weak link. I don't think you should hop into the entertainment industry and let these like producers or all these like big wigs or whatever. I don't think you should let them bully you because you're black or put you in that box or kind of force you to live live in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that every obstacle you can get over every obstacle, and I don't think that black people are the exception. Black people can get over an obstacle, obviously, or whatever. You look at our history, we've been getting over obstacles all of our fucking lives, dude. It's just been fucking disaster after disaster, and we're still fucking here. So that's my message. If you know what I mean, if you ever if you're like me or whatever, and you get asked that question, just tell them to go fuck themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, go fuck yourself. How about that?
Okay.
Oh man, how does it feel to be a black creator? Kill yourself.
Ah man. Well, you had to get one of those in an episode. All right.
Oh man, I would ask you to edit that out, but that's too funny.
We're in the home stretch of the podcast. I don't know how many people will get this far.
All right, hold on. For context, by the way, for context for anyone who listen to this, I've been doing that joke for everything me and Mason have ever recorded for about 3 years.
It's so funny
I
now.
don't actually mean kill yourself. I
It's
did
so
that
funny
shit
now.
back
You
on the
acknowledge me as you acknowledge me.
we broke character. We fucked up the NPR vibe at the end of it. What?
Oh man. As we start, you're like, oh man, I'm in a comic with some fellow. You should meet him one day. And then at the end, you're like, oh yeah, I used to do that with Mason all the time. You're a Mason, aren't you? Uh,
I'm sorry. I try to stay serious. I
it's
try to be as professional as possible, but I had to get that last part off
it's
because that
it,
question does genuinely bother me. And it was, and I knew you'd break character if I said it. Oh, dude.
uh
Oh man. Hey man, listen. This is what it's all about, man.
yeah.